Okay, everybody, it's Mr. Lincoln once again. This time we are going to do the E21 through 23 lessons using charts in Excel, but we're going to do it with sheets instead. Okay, so let's just get right to it. Download, if you are watching this in the future, from the future, download D21 Try and get back to me. Pause right now if you need to, and we're back. Okay. Present the screen here. See what I see. Good. All right. Quiet, you. Our computer's talkative. Okay, so doing charts in Excel is pretty easy. As you can see, it's like you got this set of information here, and it's like, yeah, okay, bunch of numbers. Which one's biggest? Which one's smallest? Who knows? Who cares? But I see a chart here, and the chart has a lot of information that definitely looks like these guys are doing better than those guys are. And then these guys had a dip right here when it comes to this stuff. Okay, so what you want to do, you want to make some charts. You want to make charts out of this information in this table so that you can see it, and seeing is believing, and seeing is a lot easier to interpret than just trying to figure out what a bunch of numbers that are all next to each other mean. Okay, so once again, you have embedded charts. This is an embedded chart. This is a chart that exists inside the sheet itself. And there are also ways to have more than one chart. That's like by having pages and your different tabs down here. You can actually take these charts and put them on different page tabs so that the chart is the only thing on that tab. That is called a chart sheet. Okay. You have data points and you have data markers, and you have this thing right here, which is called the, come on now, this little guy right here is called the legend. Okay, you have titles. You have titles of your charts here. You have axes. Okay, this is the vertical axis. This is the horizontal axis. You have labels for the vertical and horizontal axis. All good stuff. Okay. Now, in Sheets, you are going to be able to find this little three-dot guy right here, and you have a bunch of options for the things that you have, where you can edit the chart, download chart, publish this chart, blah, 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 blah. Lots of different little options right here. Not the same options as you would find in an Excel spreadsheet, but options nonetheless. All right, so let's take a look here. So unlike with Excel, when you move things over certain areas, it doesn't give you a little box that tells you what those areas are, so that's not a thing that happens. Okay, there is no plus button off to the side here to give you more options for doing labels or any plotting areas, things like that. Okay, so you are going to have to know how to get to these things in Sheets without using the little easy button for the plus there. So to create a chart, let's go over here to the Practice tab. Click on the Practice tab down here. We have a simple little plot of information right here, this little table of info for the Dowell Builders home construction happenings in Q2. Okay, so let's go ahead, and there's a very important thing that I like to say whenever it comes to this stuff, and you saw it in the other video if you watched it. First, you have to tell it what to chart. Then you tell it how to chart it. So you always have to select the information that you want to see in the chart before you tell it something like, I want to see a pie chart, or I want to see a bar chart, or something like that. You have to tell it what to chart, this stuff, before you tell it how to chart. Okay, so highlight everything, A5 all the way down to D8. Okay, A5 to D8. Now, you're going to insert different kinds of charts. So go to the Insert tab, and there's a button. There's a list right here for charts. So click on it. And it brings up a chart. Now, it also has a chart editor over here to the side, just in case you don't like the starter chart that they force you into. So let's take a look at the chart types. There are column charts, okay? Suggested charts here at the top, but you can also see that there's different options here: line charts, area charts, column charts, bar charts, and pie charts. Okay, there's a few more different kinds of charts available to you in Excel, but the book would like us to go ahead and put in a 3D clustered bar chart. Well, I tell you what, how about we just do a regular old bar chart, because that's all we got. Okay. Here is our bar chart. Okay. Now we're going to put this bar chart. We're going to put it, let's see, to where it's over cell F2. Now remember, this little corner of the thing right here, that is the point. Whenever they tell you to insert it in cell F2, you're going to go ahead and move the corner into the area of F2. So grab it, move it into that box somewhere in there. Not overlapping, not overshooting, just somewhere in the box. Obviously not like this, but you know, just get it a little bit closer to the edges there. And that should be wonderful and fine and dandy, and everything should work fine. Okay. Let's see if this works. Alt F1. Trying to insert a chart. Now you can enable incredible spreadsheet shortcuts. So you can do the key commands. Okay. So I think Sheets kind of sort of knows that you know the shortcut from Word, or I'm sorry, from Excel, but it's like, hey, we're Sheets. We don't do that. So that trick doesn't work. Okay. So. All right, Gustavo, hey, go ahead and download the E21 try file out of the Google Classroom and go to the practice tab. That's where we are. We're creating charts today. Okay, so that didn't work. What can we do? Well, let's see. Basically, I don't think it's really going to be very helpful for you to try and like do something to like redo charts or something like that. So just highlight it again, go back to insert, go to the chart again, and bang, yay, you got a new one. Okay. That's how you get new charts and Sheets. You just do it again. Okay. So, the corners in cell F18. So let's drag this one down. Oh, looks like our situation. Here's row 18 and here's F18. So it looks like our charts do not necessarily line up the same way. So what we're going to do is you can click on one of these squares around the edge here to resize your charts, both vertically and horizontally. Okay, so let's scrunch this one up a little bit to where it's not covering cell F18. And then we can take this one and move it up to there. Now it's in cell F18. Yay, fun, wonderful. Okay, all right, moving on. Chart recommendations. Well, you kind of saw it whenever you opened up the chart here. Anytime you open up a chart, you get chart editor. You can use these charts, chart style, setup, column chart. You can use suggested charts here, or you can use one of the line charts, pie charts, scatter charts, map charts, other charts, all kinds of charts, wonderful charts. Okay. Now let's see, stacked column chart. Chart part. Stacked column chart. Okay, there's a stacked column chart for you. Oh, I wanted the stacked one. Go back. There we go. Okay, we got standard. It's like if you wanted to do a 100% chart where it's like everybody is arranged as a percentage of how much they are, then you use the 100% option. If you just want them to stack up numerically, like this one has 31 units, this one has like 28 units, okay? So you can see like how much each one has, and that's great, okay? All right. Now, there is no quick analysis tool in Sheets, basically. So whenever you highlight something, there's no little quick analysis tool that allows you to quickly get in there and select the different kinds of charts as possible. Once again, you will just have to highlight it, go to insert charts, and then figure it out from there. Okay, now what if I want to change a chart type? Let's say I don't like this chart type. It sucks. It's awful. It hurts my eyes. Let's get rid of it and let's do something different. Okay, how about we change this type of chart? We want to change it to an area chart. Let's see. So you got charts setup. Go back to chart setup. Go to chart type. Here are the area charts. Okay. Let's click on the area charts. And if you simply click on it, it simply changes it to an area chart. Okay. So there's no muss, no fuss, no like difficult wrangling or anything like that. You just click on a different kind of chart type, and it changes the chart type to that one. Okay. Now, the one thing that I've noticed kind of sort of is that there is no 3Ding on this stuff. I just noticed a very simple setup. I do notice that there is a customize option. There's chart styles, background colors, foreground colors, border colors, smoothing things out instead of like having dot points and things. Okay, let's see. You got options for your chart axis and titles. You got ways to change the series of information. Putting in the legend or not, which tells you what the little colors are for, what they represent. Horizontal axis, vertical axis, and like how many grid lines and how many subgrid lines, and like how many of these are like, you know, like showing up so that you can actually see where these things actually end up. Like, is this 16 or is this, I'm sorry, is this 12 or is this 13? I can't really tell. So it's like if you put more grid lines in there, you can see a little bit better how far each one goes and where it actually is and what the value actually is. Okay, so obviously when you select a chart, you want to select it in an area that is not like, you know, holding something like a title. Excel is pretty unforgiving about this. Sometimes you click on a title and you decide to move it. It's really harsh about that kind of stuff. It's really easy to accidentally click on something. But, you know, it's like, it's kind of the same thing. It's like you just grab in an area where there's not anything. That allows you to be a little bit easier than trying to like maneuver around something like, you know, click and drag something else. It's like maybe you got the chart, maybe you got the item, like the name or the title or legend or something. So always just go for like a blank area and try and move it. Okay. All right, now resizing, copying, moving, and deleting. Very simple. Just grab these squares, move, and shake, take. Okay, you can do it this way. You can do it vertically. It's all good. All right. Do you not like this one? Click it. Press delete. It goes away. Okay. Control Z gets it back. All right. If you want a new sheet, well, there's, you know, like I said, highlight it, insert, chart. You know. Now, if you want to move the chart, we can copy stuff possibly. Right click. Nope. Let's see, where is it? Copy chart. There we go. Use the 3 dots. Copy chart. Oh, that's copy and paste. My bad. Come on. Move to its own sheet. There we go. That's the one you want to do when you actually want to move it. Okay. Now, wow, that's huge. We're still here. We still have our sheet of practice, but now we have a tab that's the entire chart covering the entire sheet. That's how you move those to a brand new sheet of their own. Okay. Now, if you want to get more technical in your charts and graphs and stuff like that, there are ways to do it. Make a chart here, real quick chart, just like this. I'm gonna shorten that one up a little bit, and maybe move this one down a little bit. Okay, so you have your chart here. I just created a new chart. You can do that if you want to. This is lesson 22, showing percentages and things like that. When you want to do that kind of stuff, that is one part. Like there's setup stuff here. You can change the chart type. You can change stacking, data ranges, things like that. You can also customize your chart. Okay, chart titles, series. Okay. You can change various different things here. Error bars, data labels. Okay. Now, when you click on data labels, you can use it as a value. Okay, you can auto position it, data labels, like what kind of font you're using. Okay, and source data, currency, accounting, normal stuff. Okay, you can choose what kind of thing that you're using. You can use percentages. It's not very good. It didn't really figure it out very well. Okay, but from the source data, you can use that to see how much they are specifically. Okay. So there are lots of things that you can change in the series to give yourself numbers to actually see what these numbers are, not just the general outline shape of it. Okay. All right, so that's how you can do that. Now, percentages, you know, as it were, it's like, If you wanted percentages, you would have to do more like a chart, like a column chart that's a full range, 100% stacked column chart. You would have to do it that way and then give it some. Then you would give it the series information. Data labels, using percentages. Okay, still doesn't work very well. It's a little bit tricky. What can I say? Total data labels. Total is the one that's at the top, telling you how many completely total data. Okay. Data labels. It's going 120%, 1200%. That's not true. That's not a real thing. Okay. So, a little harder to do percentages and that kind of stuff. Pie charts. One of the things that I want to tell you about pie charts is you can't necessarily do the same things that you do with these bar charts. Pie charts only really work when you have one set of labels and one set of information. Okay. Now, let's say I wanted to do Glenview though. Okay. If I try and go, here's my labels. Here's my. Oh no, I've got all the other information in there too. That doesn't work. Highlight this way. Hold it down. Okay. So click and drag through a set of numbers. Hold down Control. Click and drag through the other set of numbers. Okay, now you've got two things, the data and the numbers, and now you can chart. Okay, change your chart type to pie chart. Oh, look, they do have 3D. They just don't have other things in 3D. 3D pie chart. There, here we go. All right, now when you click in different pies, first time you click on the pie, you've got the whole pie. Okay, that's how it works in Excel. The second time you click, you got like individual portions of the pie. Okay, but it looks like you're clicking on different areas of the pie. Oh, it doesn't really notice. So it's like, oh no. Pie slice. Click on a pie slice. Click on this orange pie slice here. Distance from center. You can use this to separate out. Okay. You're very limited. It goes by quarters, basically. All right, 25%, 50%, 75%. 100% separation basically means that you are outside the radius of the pie. It's like you would actually be like on the outside of the pie. If they filled it back in, this piece would be like on the outside of the pie. Okay, so donut hole. All right, so you can create little wedgelets in there. Okay, lots of different things, lots of different styles and things like that that you could use. Here's the button for 3D or not. Okay, in the chart style area of customizing. Okay, but yes, changing the pie slice. How far is this pie removed from the rest of the pie? Okay, that's what this distance from center means. Okay, so that's a fun thing that you can do with pie charts. Okay. All right, now, lesson 23 is really quick. Enhancing the pie chart. It's basically this 3D stuff that we've been talking about. Now, if you, where was it? Not the donut hole. There should be 3D pie chart, right? 3D pie chart, right? Okay, doesn't seem like you can rotate the pie like you can in Excel, but this pie is what it is. Okay, so all of the things that were covered in lesson 23 are basically the same, except for you're not able to rotate the pie at all. It doesn't rotate. You can't turn it to where the blue slice is in the front, down here at the bottom. Okay, you just have to deal with it as it is. Okay. Coloring the pie chart. If you have a pie that you are trying to color differently, you can just choose this color option right here whenever it pops up. Change it to a different color. Okay, and formatting the chart area. If you click the chart area, okay, you click on that. The background color, if I'm not mistaken. Chart style background color. That's what you change in order to get the background color changed. Okay. The border of the chart is a different little coloring thing too. That's just for this that goes around the edges here. Okay. Pretty simple, pretty easy stuff for the most part. Okay, that's that's all there is to it as far as all that's concerned. Like I said, when you choose to use sheets, this is what you get. You can do certain things, but you can't do everything that you can with Excel. Okay, folks, that's pretty much it. There will be an assignment tomorrow to do some chart work, and it should be pretty simple, pretty easy stuff, able to be done in both Sheets and Excel. If you want to go ahead and head out, we are done here. I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.